You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to a very abbreviated Misprint pregame show right here on the Region Sports Network. That's brought to you by Misprint. They have locations in Munster and Hammond. That's Misprint. Their phone number is 836-2517 over here at Lake Central High School. Brandon Alexander and Rich Castillo about to get underway. Lake Central and Merrillville going at it tonight from Lake Central High School. Real quickly, while we're doing the starting lineups, Rich, let's take a look at the Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game tonight.
Well, for the Lake Central Indians, it's going to be to control the pace of this game. This is a very, very physical and quick Merrillville team. They're going to have to control the pace. For the Merrillville Pirates, it's going to have to be a good start for DJ Wilkins, get him going. But I'll tell you what, the X factor tonight is going to be Jarius Stevens. He's a monster inside. We got to see him against Valparaiso, and he could be the difference maker.
Absolutely. Those are our Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game. That's brought to you by Christensen Chevrolet, the all-new Chevrolet Superstore. They are driving the American dream, located on Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland. Tonight's coverage of Region Sport or basketball here on the Region Sports Network is brought to you by our Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the MVPs of MPG, as well as the Crawl Companies, your insurance superheroes. Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946. McShane's, business products and solutions since 1921. The Lake County agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Christensen Chevrolet in Highland. They're driving the American dream. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, design, and signs. Blue 82 in St. John, food, friends, and fun. Morris Baseball and Softball Center, providing elite instruction. The Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, putting the numbers to work. The concussion clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart. Jack's Warehouse, great entertainment for the whole family. Triple Crown Baseball and Softball Academy, where the All-Stars train. Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football, Northwest Indiana's largest youth football league. Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. Great prices, no begging. Stevens Law Firm, not just concentrated on family law, but concentrated on you. The Clubhouse in St. John, live music and great food. Sport Cuts Barbershop in Cherville, where walk-ins are welcome, and by the Town Club Restaurant with steak and seafood for 65 years. Once again, Brandon and Rich coming back to you on another Friday night with high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town around the world on the internet tonight at regionsports.com. Going to take a look at tonight's starters tonight, Rich. Started with the home team on Lake Central. You mentioned these two in the Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game. The cog of this offense for Lake Central is Skylar Smith and Joe Bannister in the backcourt. Austin Atkins, Ian Martin, the senior, getting the start at center, number 33 for the Indians, and Frank Dijak, the other big man for LC tonight. For Merrillville, it's going to be the usual five of Walters, Wilkins, VJ Cox, Jarrett Stevens, and Jonas Jackson, just a sophomore, getting the start again for the number 3 Merrillville Pirates. And we are underway here in the first quarter from Lake Central. LC with it after the tip. It's Bannister. Bannister over to Atkins. Quick three ball put up by Skylar Smith. No good. Rebound by Austin Atkins. Another little floater put up by Ian Martin. That's no good. Rebound brought down once again. And a putback by Atkins, unsuccessful. Rebound by Merrillville. Just underway here in the first quarter from Lake Central. Big DAC matchup going at it tonight. We'll go over all the ramifications of this game and the standings of the Duneland Athletic Conference as we move along tonight. And thank you all for joining us once again right here on the Region Sports Network. It'll be a travel on the other side of the floor for Merrillville by DJ Wilkins.
Great man-to-man defense right now for the Lake Central Indians, causing that turnover. Turnover number 1 on the Merrillville Pirates.
So now for the Indians, brings it up court is Bannister. Spending time in the backcourt for a 6'5" guy, not unusual, is Ian Martin. Dishes right side, and it's Joe Bannister with the first points of the night. Puts LC on top, 2-0.
Just the way they want to start. The right man with the ball at the right time.
Nice crowd turned up now for Lake Central after the JV game. And a turnover by Merrillville, recovered now by Bannister in midcourt. Bannister's going to keep it himself, pop up a little 12-footer in the paint, and it's good. So Bannister with 4 straight. 4-0 Indians early on, 6:37 left to go here in the first quarter. Other side for Merrillville, it's Wilkins. Wilkins drives right, kicks it out to Jarrett Stevens. 3 ball for Stevens. Nothing but net from the right elbow. Nice stroke there by Stevens. 4-3 Lake Central now with it, and the Indians are going to slow it down. And Rich, we can expect this pace to be continuing all night long.
Yes, that's the way this game is going to be played, I believe. We talked about the pace and what Lake Central needed to do, but right now it looks like they're going at it quickly.
So it's Bannister over to Martin, now back to Smith. Smith to Bannister, playing keep away. Bannister now with it at the top of the key. Finds Atkins left elbow. Atkins working on Jonah Jackson. Should be a good matchup to keep our eye on tonight. Now it's Skylar Smith, drives the lane, kicks it out. Baseline for Dijak. Dijak dribbles right. Now to Atkins. Atkins to Bannister, thinks about the three, no good. Bannister now with it back out to Dijak. Dijak pops up a long two, and that's off the back of the rim. Rebound, another three ball put up by Joe Bannister. Bannister, 7 straight points, all the points for LC. Keeps that hand hanging up in the air as he crosses midcourt. 7-3 Lake Central.
Right now he's feeling it.
DJ Wilkins across midcourt for Merrillville. Wilkins for Stevens, top of the key. Left elbow now, Jonah Jackson. Jackson to Wilkins, right elbow. Over baseline, three ball, Jonah Jackson bounces off the rim, no good. Rebound Merrillville, putback attempt by VJ Cox is no good, and the rebound brought down by Joe Bannister. Bannister's going to take it the length of the floor, bounce pass inside for Austin Atkins, and Atkins will take the foul.
Battling under the boards. Battling under the boards right now. Both teams hitting it hard.
So first foul of the night for Jerry Stevens. Stevens with the only points for Merrillville tonight. And the first free throw put up by Austin Atkins is good, making it an 8-3 ball game. 4:46 left to go. Here in the first quarter from Lake Central High School. Second free throw, Atkins, no good. But the rebound recovered by Ian Martin. And Lake Central will reset the offense with a 5-point lead here in the first. Indians should be very methodical on the offensive side tonight, just trying to keep the ball away from Merrillville, and that is not a good way to do that, as it's a turnover. It was an inlet pass for Frank Dijak, couldn't get a handle on it, could Frank off his foot. Merrillville basketball. From the baseline, gets it as Wilkins. Lake Central giving the free pass across midcourt. Over to Jonah Jackson, dribbles left elbow, now Stevens. Stevens comes right, looks for Wilkins, keeps it himself. Stevens with a nice drive inside. Left side layup, no good. And a turnover on the recovery. Went off of VJ Cox, will go back to the Indians.
VJ just couldn't get a handle on that, but he skied really high, but couldn't grab it.
Just about halfway through the first, here from Lake Central. 5-point lead for the Indians, 8-3. With the ball now is Lake Central and Skylar Smith over to Bannister. Right elbow Bannister back to Smith, top of the key. Long three ball for Skylar, no good. Kicked back out by Dijak and recovered by Bannister. Nice heads up play there by Dijak, just getting a tip on the ball. Known as guards were there. Bannister drives left side, rejected by Jarrett Stevens. Stevens with a nice play there inside the paint, recovered by Merrillville, brought back up by Wilkins. Wilkins keeps it himself, drives left, and they will call the foul.
Let's see who this foul is on. Who'd they call that on, Brandon?
It was on Austin Atkins. Wearing number 24 tonight for Lake Central. LC in their blue and whites. White uniforms, blue trim, blue shoes. Merrillville in their visiting purples with the black trim down the side. So Merrillville basketball after the foul on Atkins. And so it's Wilkins with the top of the key for the Pirates. Double team by Dijak and Martin. Wilkins bounce pass right side. Over to Young. Zion Young in the game with a three ball for Young off the back of the rim. And a rebound brought down by Ian Martin. So Martin to Bannister. Bannister brings it up court and dishes it behind him to Skylar Smith. Smith having a trouble with the ball. Merrillville got a hand on it. Smith picks up his dribble, finds Bannister again. Bannister with the drive to the right side, lays it up and in. Easy breezy basketball for Joe Bannister. 9 points on the night for Joe. Out of the 10 for Lake Central, it's a 10-3 game. 2:51 here to go in the first.
You always talk about a player getting out of the gate quickly. Bannister's done that tonight.
Stevens with it now. Wilkins. Wilkins, a little floater from 14 feet for Merrillville. Good. That's DJ's first points on the night. The junior guard with a nice stroke on it. 10-5 Lake Central. In the backcourt now for LC is Ian Martin. Right side, Skylar Smith. Smith triple teamed, finds Dijak. Dijak to Bannister on the left side, takes it to the top of the key. Back out to Martin. Now Atkins, Lake Central doing a good job moving the ball around the perimeter and just playing keep away, trying to put long possessions together against this Merrillville defense. Inside layup, no good for Frank Dijak. Rebound by Martin. 3-ball by Skylar Smith is an air ball and goes out of bounds despite a good effort on the recovery by Dijak. Nonetheless, Merrillville basketball with a 5-point deficit. 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Wilkins up the floor now for the Bucks. Top of the key for Cameron Wilbon. Checked into the game now for Merrillville as well on the foul. And it's Zion Young back to Wilbon on the right elbow. Wilbon working on Ian Martin. Now it's Zion Young who picks up his dribble, top of the key, gets inside the paint, puts up a little shot, no good. Rebound by Ian Martin. For the Indians, now it's Bannister taking his time, getting it up the court. Surprising strategy for the Pirates. We saw them lay on that full court press against Valpo last week, Rich.
Yes,
and
they
they're
did.
giving LC just a pass, getting across half court.
You know, maybe they think they can do something there, or they're saving it for the end. I'm not sure.
It was a bad shot put up by Lake Central. On the other side of the floor, it's DJ Wilkins taking it all the way himself to the right side. His second basket of the night, 4 for DJ, and it's a 10-7 game as the seconds tick away here in the first quarter, 53 to go. And there'll be a foul on the floor against Lake Central. And that's against Dijak. That'll be his first. Dijak wants to stay out of foul trouble as he expects to see a lot of minutes this evening, as him and Martin are the two biggest guys on both rosters, both standing at 6'5", will be providing Merrillville with fits inside the post on the defensive end. With it now for Merrillville is Wilkins. Wilkins finds Jonah Jackson on the left side. Merrillville now playing the perimeter game themselves. It's Cameron Wilbon. Wilbon gets inside the paint, working on Ian Martin, keeps it himself, crossover dribble for Wilbon, gets up the shot off the outside of the rim, but took the foul, and that will go against Martin. It'll be his first. And Wilbon will go to the line for his first free throws of the evening. 30.8 left to go here in the first.
I'll tell you what, Brandon, I like the way Lake Central is playing that sticky man-to-man right now.
Free throw by Wilbon is good. So the lead now cut to 2. This low-scoring first quarter, 10-8. Lake Central with the lead. Wilbon takes a couple dribbles, focuses on the rim, and it goes off the back of the rim. And a loose ball picked up by Frank Dijak for Lake Central. In the game now for LC is Sean Griffin on the foul. Griffin and Gage Ray both check in as Bannister and Smith have a seat for the Indians. Ray now with it, over to Griffin. Griffin, a good ball handler, using his left hand. Good defense by Marcel Cherry, also in the game now for Merrillville. A ill-advised three-point shot put up by Gage Ray, but recovered at the buzzer and put in by Ian Martin to end the first quarter. What a play there by Ian Martin to end this first quarter. It's a 4-point game, 12-8. Lake Central with the lead. We'll be back with the second right after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
For over 65 years, the Town Club in Highland has been serving generations of Region diners. The Town Club specializes in steaks, prime rib, and perch, all served in a warm and cozy environment, and is open for lunch and dinner. The Town Club is a restaurant that hungry diners will want to return to again and again. The Town Club, 2904 45th Street in Highland.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players in highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
And welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide tonight on regionsports.com. Second quarter underway here from Lake Central High School, and it's Merrillville basketball. In a 12-day ball game, Lake Central with the lead, and a steal for LC. Steal picked up by Sean Griffin. Nice play there by Griffin, getting his hand inside of Marcel Cherry. Trying to find space on the left side was Cherry, turned it over, and it's Gage Ray now with it for Lake Central. Skylar Smith inside feed for Ryan Beretta, seeing his first action of the night. Beretta got the shot up, but a foul on the baseline. Let's see what the call was. Little scrum for the ball, and it'll be against Merrillville. That's on Cameron Wilbon. That'll be his first. Team second on the night. LC with 3 team fouls thus far. In a 12-day game, 7.5 to go here in the first half. Bullet pass on the inbounds from Sean Griffin, was looking for Martin, but another foul on the play. And that'll go against Griffin on the shot. That'll go against Zion Young. And it will, in fact, be Ryan Beretta at the line for the Indians. First free throw was good. First points of the night for Ryan, 13-8. Indians with the lead. Beretta takes a couple dribbles, takes a look. Shot is up and good. So 2 points for Ryan. Quickly, off the inbounds. One pass to Cameron Wilbon, wide open on the other side of the floor. Throws it down for the two-handed jam. Nice awareness there by Merrillville on the inbounds after the free throw. Just a home run ball to the other side of the floor, Rich.
Yes, and Lake Central got caught napping on defense there.
So Indians other side of the floor, it's Griffin. Griffin to Martin in the backcourt, left elbow. Feeds it off right side to Bannister. Bannister with the dribble, triple team now for Smith. Merrillville's defense is picking up now. Everybody gets the ball, seeing a double team. It's Griffin now with it, working on Marcel Cherry. Cherry forces him to pass it. Back to Griffin, a three-point ball put up from the baseline, no good. And a fight for the ball on the floor. And timeout by Merrillville on the possession. Skylar Smith can't believe it as he was rolling around on the floor for the basketball. It'll be a 30-second timeout. What a play there by Merrillville.
I'm a little confused. I mean, how can you call a timeout if you don't have possession of the ball?
I think that's what Skylar Smith was asking the official. But nonetheless, it will be Merrillville basketball after the timeout. Want to make sure everyone stays tuned for the post-game show tonight. Rich and I will be naming the Barry Brothers blue-collar player of the game, as well as the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Schererville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com.
You know, Brandon, this isn't the first time these two teams have met. They met earlier January 3rd in a tournament down in southern Indiana, and Merrillville was a 65-60 winner.
And you know, Rich, since 2009, both of these teams have played each other multiple times, and every year the team who has won the first game has in fact won the second game as well. So an interesting little tidbit for our listeners tonight. Certainly works in Merrillville's favor, but Lake Central looking to break that trend. A little hook put up by DJ Wilkins off the inbounds pass is good. That's 6 points now for DJ, cuts the lead to 2. 14-12 Lake Central. With it now is Sean Griffin across half court. Feeds it over to Ryan Beretta, who finds Joe Bannister on the left elbow. Bannister with the dribble. A nice move by Bannister on the double team. Off the backboard, rebound put down by Beretta. And the putback attempt no good. Brought back by Wilkins from Merrillville. Wilkins keeps it, finds a double team, finds space. Three-pointer put up top of the key, no good. And a skied rebound by Sean Griffin. Gets the ball and draws the foul. And the foul will go against Marcel Cherry. His second foul of the night already. 4 team fouls against Merrillville. Go ahead, Rich.
And Ian Martin getting ready to check in.
So Martin comes back into the game as Beretta will have a seat after seeing a couple of minutes. Here in the second quarter, inbounds by Diak to Bannister, and Bannister will walk it up the floor for Lake Central. Working on a 2-point lead, 14-12, 5.5 to go. Here in the first half from LC. Inside feed for Diak, looking for the right-handed floater from the right side of the basket. No good, but Diak will draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against James Walters, who checked in on the free throw for Merrillville. That's his first. And Diak will go to the line for 2.
Good strategy there. It was a mismatch down low. Walters at 6 foot trying to guard the 6'5" Diak.
Well, we talked about in the pregame show with the Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game how important Diak and Martin will be tonight for the Indians. And they are certainly proving that thus far. First free throw for Diak is good. And that's his first points of the night. Makes it a 3-point game with the second free throw coming here. Couple dribbles, shot put up by Diak is good. So 2 points now for Frank, 16-12 LC with the lead and 5.5 to go. Brought up the floor now, DJ Wilkins for Merrillville. Offense rotates for the Pirates, and it's Jarrett Stevens now with it on the right elbow. Over to Ramon Atkins in the game for the first time for Merrillville. Inside pass for Jarrett Stevens to no avail. A turnover for Merrillville all the way up the floor is Bannister for Lake Central. And before the shot, there will be a foul, and it looks like it's going to go against Wilkins, and it will. So Merrillville at least spreading the fouls out evenly amongst them tonight. 5 players with 1 and Marcel Cherry with 2. Inbounds pass for Skylar Smith. Thought about the 3 from the left elbow. Reconsidered. Hands it off to Austin Atkins on the right side. Inlet pass for Ian Martin. And Martin lays it up and in from the left side. Nice move there by Ian. 4 points in the night for him. Takes the lead back out to 6, 18-12. 4:50 left to go. And another turnover for Merrillville. Recovered by Bannister. Keeps it himself. Nice under the body move for Bannister. Getting around the defender. Lays it up and into the left side. 20-12 now, Lake Central. And 11 points now for Joe Bannister. It's Jonah Jackson now with it. And Jackson travels as he was looking for the inlet, trying to find Wilkins, who was making a break for the basket. Got a little ahead of himself, drug that right foot, Rich.
Looking at 6 turnovers already from Merrillville.
So with it now for the Indians is Martin. Martin to Diak to Smith with a 3 from the right elbow, and it'll get stuck in the rim. And the crowd loves that, just wedged right in there in the right corner of the rim like he was aiming for. How many times that happened out of 100?
1.
Okay. I was thinking a half. So it'll be a turnover for Lake Central.
I like to see
they'll give him the ball after that.
I like to see that happen like in a grade school game because the ball stays up there until they bring the ladder
up. It was just a line drive shot and just got wedged right in there on the rim. So the Indians keep the ball. Bannister with the inbounds to Martin, and Martin can't find the basket. Turns it over all the way up the floor now is DJ Wilkins. Wilkins gets the feed from Ramon Atkins and finds the basket from the right side. 8 points in the night for DJ, and it's 20-14 Lake Central with the lead. Merrillville's calling for the travel on Joe Bannister on the baseline, but they won't get it. Bannister keeps it himself, puts up a little 3-foot jump shot, and it is good. 13 in the night for Joe, and an 8-point lead now for Lake Central. 3.5 to go here in a very fast-moving first half over here at Lake Central High School. Long 2-point shot put up by Ramon Atkins is good. About a 19-footer for Ramon. The 6'3 senior, his first points on the night, 22-16 LC. Bannister with it. Go ahead, Rich.
No, I was just going to say, You know, we're used to seeing Bannister put his team on his shoulder late in the game, and today he's starting off on fire.
He has just been dynamite on the offensive side of the floor tonight. 13 of the 22 points for Lake Central coming off the fingertips of Joe Bannister. It was a turnover for Lake Central underneath the basket and going back to Merrillville. Bringing it up the floor for the Pirates is Jarris Stevens. Stevens finds Jonah Jackson to the right elbow. Now to Walters. Walters inside feed for Jackson, and a whistle on the floor. It'll be a travel on Jackson. Second time he's done that tonight. Jonah hangs at his head as discussed as he walks across midcourt and will have a seat. TJ Lux will call him out, and Zion Young checks back in for the Pirates as they go a little bit bigger now on the defensive side of the floor with a 6-point deficit. With it now for the Indians is Austin Atkins. Atkins, a nice inside feed for Frank Diak with a little skyhook from the right side. First field goal of the night for Diak, 4 points on the night. 24-16 Indians. With it now for Merrillville's Walters on the right elbow. Walters turns it over, was looking for Ramon Atkins on the inside, and threw it right to Frank Diak. Diak gets up to Bannister, brings up the floor, finds Skylar Smith, is given all day from three-point land. Shot's no good off the back of the rim, and the rebound brought down by the long arms of DJ Wilkins. Up the floor quickly is Merrillville, and a shot put up by Jarris Stevens from the baseline was no good, but a foul on the floor.
The last couple times down the floor, it looks like they're giving Smith that long three from the top of the key, and he's taking it, but he hasn't connected.
First foul of the night for Atkins. Wholesale substitutions coming in for Merrillville. And Gage Ray checks back in for Lake Central. Merrillville with it on the baseline. DJ Wilkins on the inbounds with a three ball from the left elbow, nothing but net. Wilkins finding his stroke, 11 points on the night for DJ. 24-19, Lake Central with it. It's Bannister, left side Smith for Diak. Bannister rotates out, gets it on the left elbow. Bannister working on Wilkins to Gage Ray, top of the key. Ray guarded by Young. Dribbles left, dribbles right, finds Skylar Smith near midcourt. Smith with it, turnaround dribble, back to Ray, right elbow. Bannister rotates inside, was looking for it. Ray didn't see him. Ray back to Smith. Smith now to Bannister. Indians just doing a good job of rotating around. 72 seconds left to go here in the first half. Ray, top of the key. Diak in the backcourt, looking for the inlet to Martin. Martin battling inside the paint with Jonah Jackson. Inside feed for Skylar Smith from Ray. Went out of bounds. Official will say it went off the tips of Jonah Jackson. That'll be Lake Central basketball. Good possession here for the Indians.
Yes, you know, Ray had an open drive to the bucket. I'm not sure why he wanted to pass it off to Smith.
So Bannister on the inbounds on the baseline and a timeout. Lake Central will take their first time out of the half. Or no, that was a foul.
Oh, they called it.
I did not see that. It looked like he called a timeout towards the Lake Central bench. I think everybody in the house was confused about that one. The foul's going to go against Gage Ray. That's his first. I'm not sure what he did, but the official saw it. That's all that matters. Merrillville basketball, 5-point lead for Lake Central. 45 seconds to go here in the first half. It's Wilkins with it. Merrillville looks like they may be looking for the last shot of the half as Wilkins picks up his dribble near midcourt. Bannister on Wilkins with his arms extended, giving him space. Rotates Ray to be on Wilkins, man-to-man D. Lake Central shifts now to the 2-3 zone as they try to set themselves up for this last possession. So now it's Ray and Marcel Cherry with it for Merrillville. Bannister back over with Wilkins. Wilkins left side, 13 seconds left to go in the half. Crowd's getting antsy. Wilkins with it, 9 seconds. Screen set by Merrillville, 6 seconds. Wilkins, 5 seconds, 4, double team Wilkins, 3-point ball put up. No good by Jonah Jackson. And the putback by Zion Young off of the 3 ball is good. So a nice last possession there by Pirates. Puts points on the board, and they'll walk into the locker room trailing by 3, 24-21. Lake Central with the lead at the end of the first half. Rich and I will come back with stats and scores and analysis right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, sky trail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Sherrville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131. And online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep. McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's 1-800-837-1400 or online at mcshanes.com. Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same, and life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
You're listening to high school basketball action on Regionsports.com.
And welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. Streaming worldwide tonight at Regionsports.com. Halftime here at Lake Central, 24-21, Indians with the lead over the number 3 Merrillville Pirates, and the Indians dance team putting on a show for the home crowd here. Also joined tonight by the Purdue University Pep Band is in the house and have been making noise with their horns all night long. I'm sure you folks have caught a glimpse of that, especially in the pregame. An excellent band from Purdue joining us tonight. So a lot of entertainment for a packed house over here at Lake Central High School, and they got a good game they're watching too, Rich.
Absolutely.
Aside from all the dancing and music, there's a good basketball game going on as well.
Absolutely. This Duneland Conference, and we talk about it all the time, how these teams beat each other up. I tell you what, this is a crucial game, Brandon. We talked about this off air before the game. Lake Central with 2 losses in the conference, this could put them really back. Merrillville still in the thick of things. A win here, they're still in it.
Yeah, Rich and I, we were talking about it before we went on the air tonight. It's just a pivotal game for Lake Central. Really needs a win here tonight. It would give Merrillville their second loss on the conference season. Valpo atop of the conference right now at 4-0, and they're there after the win over Merrillville last week. You and I were there for that one, Rich. Just a great performance by the Vikings taking down the Pirates, also breaking a 5-game winning streak for Merrillville. So Merrillville certainly looking to, for lack of a better term, rebound tonight against Lake Central, as the Purdue cheerleaders are here as well, so they'll come on the floor and put on a show for the high school crowd tonight. Continuing to look at the DAC standings, Chesterton at 3-1, Merrillville at 3-1 as well. Chesterton's got a long road ahead of them as far as their scheduling goes. Merrillville's going to see them in a few weeks. Crown Point at 2-2, Lake Central both at 2-2 as well. So Lake Central with a win tonight would give them their 3rd win in the conference, and it would just be vital for them as they look towards the sectional.
Yes, absolutely. And you touched briefly on the fact that Merrillville played Valparaiso last week, and we were there, and Valparaiso beat Merrillville at their own game. We talked about maybe controlling the tempo, slowing the game down, but they took it right to Merrillville, and that's what Lake Central is doing tonight, Brandon. They're taking it right to Merrillville.
Going to take a look at some of the scoring in the first half for both teams. First off, for the Indians, I mean, what more can you say about Joe Bannister's performance in the first half? 13 out of the 24 points scored for the Indians. For Joe, he was just outstanding, 6 for 9 from the field.
Right, and I think I mentioned it before. We're used to seeing Joe Bannister late in the game taking over, but right now he's put the team on his shoulders early, and he's going ahead and taking it to Merrillville.
Bannister just having a seat for about a minute and a half in that first half. Saw a lot of minutes. Playing all 16 minutes for the Indians was Ian Martin. He throws in 4 points. Frank Diak also with 4. Austin Atkins made a free throw, and Ryan Beretta had a field goal pitching in, or he had 2 free throws, I should say, with 2 points for Beretta, giving Lake Central 24. Looking at Merrillville, kind of a similar story for the Pirates as they are led in scoring with 11 of their 21 points. It's DJ Wilkins leading the way for the Pirates, just doing an outstanding job, playing 15 minutes in the first half. Also contributing for the Pirates was Jarrett Stevens, Zion Young with 2 points, Cameron Wilbon with 3, and Ramon Atkins pitching in a field goal as well, just 2 points in 8 minutes for Atkins. So 24-21, Lake Central with a 3-point lead. They saw a lead as much as 8 in the second quarter, but Merrillville did a good job of transitioning the ball and getting some fast break points that kept them in this one.
Absolutely. Right now they're being out rebound 14 to 9.
Yeah.
But that's Ian Martin doing the numbers there. Mm-hmm. But absolutely, they came back. Nice drive at the end to end the quarter.
We're going to take another timeout. Just about 2.5 minutes left to go until we get underway with the second half from Lake Central. We'll be back in a couple of minutes right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com. Triple Crown All-Stars Baseball and Softball Academy in Schererville is a year-round instructional facility featuring a fully AstroTurf building for team practice, batting cages, infield, and pitching mounds. The staff at Triple Crown features years of professional instruction in hitting, pitching, and fielding for both baseball and softball. Triple Crown All-Star Baseball and Softball Academy is located at 2208 US 41 in Schererville, and the number to call to make a reservation is 219-864-0711. The website is triplecrownallstars.com.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristensenChevy.com.
Concussions occur when trauma to the head or spine temporarily interferes with brain function. Seeking medical care as soon as possible is important in making a full recovery and reduces the risk of developing long-term problems. The concussion clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart have a team of medical professionals experienced in evaluating and treating concussions. If you have a head or neck injury, don't wait. Head to the experts. For a head injury on the field, the court, or the ice, the phone number to the concussion clinics is 219-836-4461.
Green 18! Green 18!
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
You're listening to Prep Basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. That's Chevy, the MVPs of MPG. For more details on the great Chevy lineup, their website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. The Purdue University Pep Band rocking the house over here at Lake Central High School as we are just underway here in the second half as Merrillville gets the ball at half court for the Pirates. Rich, real quick, what can we look for here in the second?
I'll tell you what, Merrillville's gonna prick up the pace, I think. We may even see that full court pressure that we saw against Valparaiso.
Ramon Atkins with an outlet feed for Jarris Stevens. Looked like it was a 2, and it was a long 2 for Stevens. Second field goal on the night for Jarris, giving him 5 points. And on the other side of the floor, quickly for Lake Central, there was a foul on the play, and that'll go against Wilkins. His second foul was before the shot, fouled Bannister, and Bannister will inbound it for the Indians. Finds Atkins. Austin Atkins, that is, for Lake Central, as Ramon Atkins plays for the Pirates. It's Austin, now over to Bannister. Atkins doing a good job with the double team. They give Bannister space, bad idea, pops up a 17-foot jumper, and nothing but net for Bannister. 15 in the night for Joe. Other side now for Merrillville. It's Ramon Atkins, right side, DJ Wilkins. Wilkins picks up the dribble, drives the paint, nice move by Wilkins. Layup is no good, rebound brought down by Atkins for Merrillville. A 3-ball put up by Stevens from the right elbow. Good job on the outlet for Atkins. Finds Stevens. Second straight field goal of the half. Tie game now. 26-26. First time it's been tied since it was 0-0. 6:40 left to go here in the third. It's Joe Bannister for the Indians. Over to Austin Atkins. Now to Martin. Ian Martin. Martin found Skylar Smith. Tried to rotate it in. And Smith kicked it out of bounds. It'll go to Merrillville.
Hey, quickly, Brandon, let me give some updates here from around the region. Griffith 17, Munster 9 at the end of 1. It's Chesterton 34, Michigan City 33 at the half. Marquette Catholic 35, Bishop Knoll 26. At the end of 1 is Valparaiso 10, LaPorte 4. And at the end of 1, River Forest 21, Lake Station 16.
And thank you for those scores, Rich. We want to make sure everyone stays tuned after the game for the Region Hoops wrap-up with Nathan Laird and Michael Brandner live from the RSN studios. They're going to have all the scores from tonight's action across Northwest Indiana. That's the Region Hoops wrap-up immediately following tonight's game. On the inbounds is Bannister. Bannister double-teamed by Wilkins and Atkins. And Wilkins got his hands on the ball as Bannister looked to shoot. They'll call it a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Merrillville.
Bannister trying to do just a little bit too much there, Brandon. He was double teamed and he tried to break the double team.
So on the inbounds for Merrillville, or for Lake Central I should say, was Atkins. Gets it into Bannister. Atkins rotates around the baseline to the left elbow, gets it. Atkins hands it back off to Bannister. Bannister dribbles left. Bannister working on Jarris Stevens. Now back to Skylar Smith. Smith to Diak, back to Smith, hands it off. Sloppy pass for Diak. Smith couldn't get a handle on another jump ball. And in case you're just joining us, the possession arrow will be with Lake Central. 2 jump balls in 10 seconds. And a 30-second timeout for Lake Central. This broadcast is a production of the Region Sports Network. Any other use, duplication, reproduction, or retransmission of the accounts and descriptions of this contest without the expressed written consent of the Region Sports Network is prohibited.
I've got one more update for our fans out there, our listeners. At halftime, it's Portage 23, Crown Point 19.
The Region Sports Network is proud to once again team with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance to bring you the Peak Performers program. This year, once again on regionsports.com, they recognize Calumet Region student athletes for peak performance in athletics. That's Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance with offices in Crown Point, Highland, Hobart, Lowell, and Schererville. So after the timeout and the tie ball game, 26-26, Indians called the quick timeout. It'll be Merrillville basketball at half court. And to inbound will be Ramon Atkins. Gets it into DJ Wilkins. Both teams allowing the half-court inlet for each side. Able to set up their defense, as I believe the emphasis for both coaches tonight was the defensive side of the floor and trying to stop the scorers on each of these teams. 26-26, 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. Jarrah Stevens. Outlet left elbow for Walters. Walters now for Atkins. Jump shot. Atkins is good. Nice shot there by Ramon Atkins from just beyond the free throw stripe. 4 points for Ramon. Other side in the backcourt now for the Indians is Diak. Diak over to Ray. Now to Martin. Martin sets the screen for Bannister. Bannister on the double team. Floats it back out to Diak. Out of his reach. Stevens tried to save it from going out of bounds to create the 2-on-1, but couldn't. And it will go to Merrillville. Ill-advised pass there for Lake Central. They don't want to get sloppy right now. Their first deficit of the night, 28-26.
They may reverse this call here. I think one of the officials are saying that maybe it was tipped.
They have a discussion.
Oh, no, keeping it.
And it'll stay with Merrillville. It's a good thing DJ Wilkins hung around there by the officials and got his 2 cents in.
May have been the deciding factor there.
Wilkins in the backcourt for the Bucks and a 2-point lead for Merrillville, their first of the night. Student section for Lake Central starting to get a little loud as they see their team trailing for the first time. With the ball is Wilkins, drives right side. What a shot. Stop and pop for DJ Wilkins from the right side. 30-26, Merrillville with it now. 13 of the night for Wilkins. Other side of the floor now is Skylar Smith for the Indians. Smith, right side, Bannister. Bannister dribbles left, spin move, little floater with his right hand, no good. Tip back out, brought back by Stevens. Quickly now, other side is Cherry with the layup, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Diak, and Diak will draw the foul. I believe it's going against Walters, and it is. 3 fouls of the night for James Walters for the Pirates, and he will have a seat. James not too happy with himself as he sits down, and Cameron Wilbon checks back in for Atkins, as well as Marcel Cherry getting back into the game for the Pirates. And another sub for the Indians as Gage Ray will check in, and Atkins will have a seat for the Indians.
Both teams trying to keep fresh legs in this fast-paced game.
So 30-26 Merrillville, just about halfway through the third quarter. Skylar Smith on the right elbow. Smith working on Zion Young. Now it's Martin, hands it off to Bannister. Bannister between his leg dribble over to Smith for the 3-pointer. Skylar Smith, that's his sweet spot on the left elbow. First points of the night for Skylar, 30-29 Merrillville. Quickly other side of the floor for the Pirates. It's Jarrah Stevens. Stevens, nice behind the back bounce pass over to Cameron Wilbon, who lays it in.
Great backdoor feed.
5 points in the night for Wilbon. Takes the lead back out to 3 for the Bucks, 32-29. With it now for the Indians is Bannister. Bannister looks to set the offense. Left side for Diak. Diak now to Gage Ray. Ray on the left elbow working on Wilkins. Skylar Smith now top of the key. Smith on Young. Now to Martin. Martin picks up the dribble, lays it up, no good. And rebound brought down by Young. All the Pirates run to the basket, all the Indians are on the outside. 3-pointer, DJ Wilkins from the baseline. Quick transition game from Merrillville, putting points on the board. Their largest lead of the night now, 35-29 visitors.
One of the first times we've seen them really push the ball up the floor.
Bannister to Smith. Smith, three-pointer. Top of the key for Skylar Smith. Finding his stroke as the little guard for Lake Central. 6 consecutive points for LC. 35-32 now, Merrillville with it. Other side for the Bucks, it's Marcel Cherry. Cherry working on Bannister, dribbles top of the key, screen set to no avail. Picks up the ball, does Cherry, finds Wilkins. Wilkins thinks about the three, dribbles it out, gives it back to Cherry, top of the key. Bannister with his arms extended. And the pass went to Stevens, and a foul on the floor.
Diak and Wilkins going at it over there. And I guess they caught Diak for the foul.
Diak with his second foul. Jarrett Stevens trying to put as much physical force on Diak and Martin as he can. As for all intents and purposes, this is a smaller Merrillville team. Their largest guy is VJ Cox at 6'4", and Lake Central has 2 starters on the floor at 6'5", and Martin and Diak. And a couple guys that can move too in those two. Another three-pointer for DJ Wilkins from the right elbow is no good. And the rebound brought down by Martin for the Indians. Up the floor quickly for Lake Central is Sean Griffin, who's back in the game. Griffin came in as Bannister will have a seat. Now it's Gage Ray on the elbow. Left wing, top of the key now for Smith. Smith to Griffin. Griffin to Martin, back to Griffin. Griffin working on Cherry. Picks up the dribble, turns it around, takes it back out to half court. Marcel Cherry claps his hands, says, let's go. Left wing now for Ray by the student section. Screen set by Martin. Ray dribbles right. Nowhere going, stopped by Wilbon. Now the Indians slowing it down, trying to take it back to their pace. Was working for them in the first half. Long possessions, wearing down that defense. Skylar Smith to Sean Griffin, right wing. Griffin working on Cherry. Good D by the Pirates. Lake Central can't find space. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Long three. Skylar Smith. Nothing but net from 29 feet. 9 points for Smith here in the third quarter. 35-35. What a shot by Skylar.
He's heating up now. 3 for 3 this quarter.
Marcel Cherry for the Bucks in a tie game. 45 seconds to go here in the third. Cherry keeps his dribble, working on Griffin. Over to Wilkins. Wilkins just hangs onto the ball. Bounces it back to Cherry. They're going to look for the last shot as Merrillville. 33 seconds to go here in the third. Student section for the Indians, jumping on the bleachers and trying to get loud. What a third quarter we've had here from Lake Central High School. It's Wilkins with it, watching the seconds tick off here in the third quarter. Griffin just waits for a move. Taps at the ball, does Griffin. Wilkins kicks it back to Cherry. Left side for Wilkins, 10 seconds now. Screen set by Merrillville. Wilkins left side. Three-pointer for Merrillville, no good off the back of the rim. 4 seconds for Lake Central. Rebound by Griffin, 1 second, he's got to shoot it. Can't get it across half court. Griffin was looking for space. Good job, heads up by Merrillville, keeping the ball in the backcourt. What a quarter here from Lake Central. We got a good one, folks, 35-35. Rich and I will come back with the fourth right after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, SkyTrail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Sherrville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
You're listening to high school basketball action on Regionsports.com.
And welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network. Coming to you live on the internet tonight at Regionsports.com.
Yeah, Brandon, I have another update from Griffith. It's the Panthers at halftime leading the Munster Mustangs 33-25 in what I'm told is a sold-out Panther Den over there in Griffith.
Fourth quarter about to get underway. The Purdue University pep band rocking the house over here at Lake Central. Folks, if you're facing a divorce, a child custody, or a child support issue, you need an attorney to speak with for guidance and support. Julie Stevens is the local attorney that can help you. Stevens Law Firm is conveniently located in St. John, steps away from Lake Central High School. Please check out her website at juliestevenslaw.com. She is not just concentrated on family law, she is concentrated on you. To schedule an initial consultation, her phone number is 219-682-0003. Underway here in the fourth. A three-pointer by Skylar Smith from the right wing is no good. Smith was hot in the third quarter with 9 points. In a tie ball game. Other side quickly for Merrillville. Three-pointer by Zion Young. Nothing but net. First points of the night for Young gives Merrillville a 3-point lead at 38-35.
Silence the crowd a little bit.
7:10 to go here in the fourth. It's Bannister. Right side now for Smith. Now to Atkins. Austin Atkins over to Bannister on the right side. Frank Diak fell down cross court. Bannister looks for a fancy spin move layup. Rejected. Brought back down by Ryan Beretta. Beretta can't get the shot up. Stripped away by Wilkins. Wilkins will bring it up the floor as Lake Central gets back quickly and sets that zone defense. Three-pointer put up by DJ. No good. Aggressive rebound brought down by Beretta. And it was Bannister trying for the laser pass across court. Threw it right in the chest of DJ Wilkins. So Merrillville will get it back. Lake Central is best inclined in that slower offensive game. Every time they've tried to run with Merrillville Rich, it's led to turnovers and giving up a lot of points and fast breaks.
You know, and I'm really surprised that we haven't seen that full court pressure that Merrillville can apply.
So James Walters checks back into the game as DJ Wilkins will have a seat with 15 points for DJ. And some things on the court as the officials take a look around. We'll take this moment to let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by The Clubhouse, located at 91663 Wicker Avenue in St. John. The Clubhouse is home to live music and great food, also by Sport Cuts Barbershop in Schererville, located at 2147 US 41. They're open Tuesday through Saturday and gladly accept walk-ins. When you're in the need for your next haircut, stop by Sport Cuts in Schererville. Turnover for Lake Central. Quickly transition game, Merrillville. Ramon Atkins looking for the layup, and he traveled. Great play there by Joe Bannister, applying the pressure in transition. Made Atkins drag his feet again. So a couple of turnovers early on here in the fourth for each team.
Absolutely. You know, this is going to get even better here, Brandon. You know, both teams stepping up on their defense, creating more turnovers for their opponent.
Bannister jogs across half court with the dribble for the Indians. Now it's Skylar Smith, top of the key, left wing for Beretta. Beretta picks up his dribble, gives it back out to Smith, top of the key. Right side now, Bannister. Right wing working on Walters. Bannister, cross court. Between his legs, dribble is Bannister. Drives left side into the paint. Nice move by Bannister. Driving by every Pirate on the floor was Joe, laying it up and in from the left side. 17 of the night for Bannister, 37-38, Merrillville with the lead. Pirates with it, bounce pass inlet for Atkins. Ramon Atkins, turnaround jumper, air ball. And it hit the baseline going out of bounds. Stevens tried to save it, but a turnover to the Indians. DJ Wilkins is going to check back in from Merrillville as Jonah Jackson has a seat. And it'll be a baseline inbounds play for the Indians. Gage Ray checks back in as Ryan Beretta will take a seat.
The last thing Merrillville needs to do right now is to let the Lake Central Indians back in this game right here on their own home court.
So Bannister now with it for the Indians, finds Ray, top of the key, and Ray drug his feet up and over. Got his hand underneath the basketball, everybody saw it. So Ray's gonna have a seat after that play. Atkins checks back in for the Indians. Ramon Atkins for Merrillville, gets it inbounds for Wilkins. Wilkins after a little timeout on the bench, back in it. And it's James Walters now for Jarris Stevens, top of the key. Stevens working on Diak. Stevens dribbles inside, kicks it out. 3-ball put up by James Walters, no good. Rebound Bannister. Bannister's looking to push all the way up the floors. Joe underneath left side. Bannister, no good. Rebound on the putback by Diak. That's Ian Martin actually wearing 33. What a play there by Ian Martin on the putback in the and one.
Right there for the rebound. Great block out. And then had enough presence of mind to put it right back up. I don't even think he saw the bucket go in. He was on a pants on the floor.
It was just a great play. He was falling backwards and got the shot off, and it found the hoop. What a play there by Martin. Gives his Indians the lead once again, 39-38, with a free throw coming. Free throw from Martin. Off the back of the rim and good. So 7 points on the night now for Ian, 40-38 Indians. 4:40 left to go here in this one. DJ Wilkins dribbles between his legs, working on Ryan Beretta, left wing now for Cherry. Cherry over to Cameron Wilbon. Wilbon now back out top of the key for Young. Right side now Stevens. Stevens dribbles to Cherry. Screen set by Wilkins. Cherry looks to push, back out on the perimeter. It's Cameron Wilbon who drove the baseline and drew the foul. Foul's going to go against Martin. That's his second foul. It'll be an out of bounds for the Pirates.
Martin wasn't going to let him have that baseline.
4:18 to go here in this one. Back to half court in the inbounds from Cherry. Finds Young, hands it off to Wilkins, who set the offense. Wilkins dribbles left. Left wing now for Cherry. Back out to Young. Now it's Wilkins. Wilkins working on Beretta. That's a mismatch for Merrillville. Wilkins can't find the hoop on the layup. Rebound brought down by Lake Central. It'll be Bannister with it. Brings it up half court. Bannister now working on Stevens. And will draw the foul once again. So the foul will go against Stevens for Merrillville. That's his first foul. 5 team fouls from Merrillville already. 3:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It'll be an out of bounds play for the Indians right in front of the fans at Lake Central, the students, I should say. Gage Ray gets it into Bannister. Bannister top of the key for Smith. Inside feed for Martin. Martin pivots, spins, shoots, no good. Rebound Merrillville. Up the floor now is Zion Young to Cherry. Cherry to Wilbon. Left wing now Wilkins. Wilkins guarded by Smith. Dribbles right, kicks it back out. Cherry. Marcel Cherry back out to Young. Bobbled it a little bit on the pass, but Young picks up the dribble. Now it's Wilbon, top of the key, looking for space. Guarded by Martin, finds Cherry behind him. Cherry now left wing for Wilkins. Wilkins going to take his time, dribble back out to half court. Skylar Smith now guarding Wilkins. Over to Cherry on Bannister. Lake Central just trying to contain that inside game. Wilkins picks up his dribble left side. And a good play there by DJ. Had the double team, drew the foul. It's going to go against Ray. It's Ray's second. Be out of bounds for the Pirates.
Looks like Merrillville is just trying to eat some clock right now and get a high percentage shot.
Stay tuned after the game, folks. The Region Hoops wrap up. We'll be with you with Nathan Laird and Michael Brandner live from the RSN studios after this one. We're going to have all the scores and highlights from tonight's action all around Northwest Indiana. That's the Region Hoops wrap up right here on the Region Sports Network following tonight's broadcast. Merrillville off the inbounds. It's Wilkins on the right wing. Wilkins pops a shot. 17-footer is good. Clanks it in, does DJ. Tie ball game once again at 40. That's what great players do. They get the shots when they need them. That was a long possession by Merrillville. Other side of the floor quickly is Frank Diak on the right side under the basket, lays it up and in. 6 points now for Frank. 42-40 Lake Central. 2 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Marcel Cherry over to Zion Young, top of the key. Young, an ill-advised pass, was looking for Jarrett Stevens, threw it right over his head, right at the feet of Joe Bannister. He'll say, thank you very much, and take it across half court. Bannister to Martin, inside feed for Diak. Nobody on. He's going to get that 10 out of 10 times, slaps the glass. 4-point lead for Lake Central. Transition game now for Merrillville. It was Cherry looking for the shot. Reconsidered after seeing Ian Martin down there with him. A 3-ball now for DJ Wilkins off the back of the rim. Martin getting high for the rebound there and lost it and will draw the foul. Foul's going to go against Merrillville.
Diak took a tumble under the basket there. Kind of slow to get up.
They're going to call the foul against Martin. That was very surprising. Martin ended up on the floor off the rebound, and it will go against him. That is his third on the night. There'll be Merrillville basketball underneath the basket. 82 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. A 4-point game, 44-40 Lake Central. Marcel Cherry on the baseline with the inbounds. Lobs it in for Stevens. Stevens looking for space, guarded by Martin. Stevens with the turnaround, no good. And Merrillville fighting for the basketball. It was Walters and Stevens. Teammates fighting for the ball. They're going to call the travel on Stevens, and James Walters can't believe it. So it'll be a full timeout for Lake Central. 1:14 left to go in this one. Stay tuned after the game. Rich and I will name the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game, as well as the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Remind our listeners that tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Schererville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at rkmissgroup.com. You are on the air with the only game in town, the Region Sports Network, streaming live on the internet tonight at regionsports.com. Let us know you're listening. Send us an email at fanmail@regionsports.com. We'll give you a shout out during the broadcast. That's fanmail@regionsports.com. Reminding you once again, tonight's game is brought to you by the Clubhouse, located over at 91663 Wicker Avenue in St. John. The Clubhouse, home for live music and great food. Also, Sport Cuts Barbershop in Schererville at 2147 US 41. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. They gladly accept walk-ins. When you need your next haircut, stop by Sport Cuts in Schererville. They'll take good care of you.
I'm ready for a haircut.
You ready for a haircut?
I am.
Go on over to Sport Clips, Rich. They'll take care of you. 44-40 game here from Lake Central. It's been a good one. Back and forth here in the second half. It'll be Lake Central basketball after the timeout. 1:14. Score put 2 seconds back on the clock. It was 1:12 in the timeout. Those are going to come in handy for one of these teams. On the inbound, all of a sudden, Merrillville with this full court pressure. And Lake Central's going to take another timeout. They did not see that coming. Guys in purple applying the press. And that'll be a full timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. And we'll be back with 1:10 left here in the fourth, right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Triple Crown All-Stars Baseball and Softball Academy in Schererville is a year-round instructional facility featuring a fully AstroTurf building for team practice, batting cages, infield, and pitching mounds. The staff at Triple Crown features years of professional instruction in hitting, pitching, and fielding for both baseball and softball. Triple Crown All-Star Baseball and Softball Academy is located at 2208 US 41 in Schererville, and the number to call to make a reservation is 219-864-0711. The website is triplecrownallstars.com.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball here on the Region Sports Network. Coming to you live on the internet tonight at regionsports.com. Brendan Alexander, Rich Castillo at Lake Central High School. 1:10 left to go in this one. 44-40 Indians with the lead and the basketball. Merrillville applying that full court press, and quickly on the inbounds is a foul on Merrillville. And once again with his hands in the air is James Walters, who committed the foul on Diak after the inbounds. 16 foul. They did not want to waste that at this point. So the inbound for Diak finds Bannister. Bannister with the press. Up the floor by himself was Gage Ray. Ray over to Smith. The Pirates get back on defense. Less than a minute to go in the 4-point game. Bannister, right elbow, almost loses it. Pirates looking for it. Gage Ray held onto the ball in the backcourt with 3 Pirates behind him. Couldn't understand why he wouldn't drive for the basket there, Rich, but nonetheless, he's going to go to the free throw line as he draws the foul, and that'll go against Wilkins.
You know, Merrillville was looking for the right person to foul there, and you know, they really don't have a whole lot of choices out there.
Well, they let 14 seconds click off the clock in that possession. You know, and when they fouled in the backcourt, it looked like Walters didn't want to, and now Lake Central gets it up the court. They give him a wide open lane to the basket, and then they come up from behind him and swat him on the arm on Ray. They're going to put Gage Ray at the line. I'm not sure what the strategy is for the Pirates at this point. Nonetheless, Ray will be at the line for a 1-and-1 with a 4-point lead. Free throw is good. It's a huge basket for Gage Ray.
I have him at his first points of the game.
That's his first points of the night. Ray, a 5'9" junior. His first basket, shooting the second of a 1-and-1. That's no good. Rebound brought down by Merrillville. It's Jonah Jackson. Got to move quick. 45 seconds and a 5-point deficit. Jackson over to Zion Young. Pops a 3. No good. Rebound fought for and recovered by Bannister. Ripped away by Marcel Cherry. Now ripped away by Bannister. Bannister comes back up with it and draws the foul. That fires up this crowd. What a sequence there. Joe Bannister and Marcel Cherry just in a dogfight under the basket for the basketball. And it's going to be Bannister on the other side of the floor now for a 1-and-1.
You know, we've seen this time and time again, Brandon. Late in the game, who's at the free throw line for the Lake Central Indians?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what did you say there, Rich? It's got a little loud in here for a second. I only got one ear here. Give me a break.
I think they were announcing the 50-50 numbers there.
Oh.
No, but
well, okay, that's what I mean.
Time and time again.
Play along with me.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't mix work and gambling.
Oh yeah.
So the free throw was missed by Bannister on the 1-and-1. Quickly up the floor for Marcel Cherry. What a move by Marcel Cherry, driving the left side of the basket. Gets the basket and the foul. So Cherry's going to go to the line for a 3-point play. That's just what the doctor ordered for Merrillville with 27 seconds to go.
Absolutely, with 27 seconds left, right up against the big man Martin at 6'5", took him straight to the hoop and got the foul.
So a lot of subs coming in for both teams. Ray and Atkins have a seat, Ray and Beretta have a seat for the Indians as they'll put their starters back on the floor. Martin, Diak, Bannister, Smith, and Ray as Cherry completes the 3-point play. 45-43, 2-point game, 25 seconds here in the fourth. Full court press by Merrillville. Bannister gets it across and is swatted at by Wilkins. That's the last guy they wanted to do that. It's going to be the fourth on DJ. He's got to be very careful here in the closing seconds.
Well, they're hoping Bannister can do what he did last time and miss the free throws, but you know, it's only a matter of time before he starts burying those free throws.
Well, Merrillville's done the job. They've cut the lead to a possession, 45-43, with Bannister at the line for a 1-and-1. No good. Joe's missing his free throws. Rebound Merrillville up the floor quickly as Cherry looks for the same 3-point ball put up. Joe Stevens, nothing but net from the top of the key. 1-point game. Merrillville now with the lead. 46-45. Other side, Bannister lays it up and in does Joe. 2 seconds left to go.
They may put time on the clock. I'm not sure. Malosnik says the game's over.
It's bedlam here in Lake Central celebrating on the floor. When the shot went in, there was 2.1 left. The scoreboard showing 1.1 right now. And the officials at the scoring table trying to figure this out. One of the teams called a timeout.
Obviously, Merrillville is going to want to put more time on the clock. They're not arguing, but Malosic said that the clock should have kept running and the game should be over.
Just what an unbelievable sequence. On the Merrillville side of the floor was a 2-point lead for Lake Central. A long three by Jarrett Stevens. Merrillville crowd goes absolutely crazy on the inbounds. Two players touch the ball. Bannister by himself all the way on the other side. They could have called the foul on Marcel Cherry on the other side of the floor, Bannister, but didn't. But Bannister gets the layup, and now after the meeting, there's going to be 2.7 seconds left on the clock and a 1-point game. My goodness, what a finish here at Lake Central.
You know, cold as ice, ice in his veins, nails the three on this side for Merrillville, and Lake Central comes right down, Bannister driving the hoop. Oh, they did put more time on the clock.
Yeah, 2.7. So the clock showed 2.1 as the basket went in. That's what I saw.
And then it went down to 1.1.
Then it was at 1.1. The crowd was going nuts. One of the officials said the game was over.
Yes, and that's what Malosic was arguing about.
So we got a big game feel here in Lake Central as the Purdue University Pep Band is rocking the crowd tonight. A 47-46 game. Merrillville's got to go all the way across the floor with 2.7 seconds. They're going to take another timeout, and rightly so.
Smart timeout. Coach Malosic wanted to see how Merrillville was setting up and quickly called the timeout.
So we're going to take another timeout as well, Rich. A full timeout from Merrillville. We're going to come back for the last sequence right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's 1-800-837-1400 or online at mcshanes.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsports.com.
And this is prep basketball on the Region Sports Network, brought to you by the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the MVPs of MPG. Visit ChevyDriveChicago.com. If you're just joining us, you picked a good time to do so. You have missed a good game, but we got one more play. It's 47-46. Lake Central with the lead on the heels of a Joe Bannister layup on a cross-court pass by Skylar Smith after a three ball by Jarrett Stevens, giving Merrillville the lead. And like you said, Rich, ice-cold blood in the veins for Bannister.
Yes.
Heads-up awareness, getting down the floor, getting the ball and laying it in. And we are about ready for this one. 2.7 to go. Home run pass. And they turn over. Atkins looking for Jarrett Stevens. And Stevens couldn't get a handle on the ball. It was intercepted by Ian Martin. Ian Martin coming up the floor from behind Stevens with the pick. And Stevens was able to get the foul on Martin before time ran out. 1.1 to go.
You know, it was a high throw. I just think Stevens mistimed his jump.
Yeah. That's a hard thing to do, throw a basketball all the way across the floor like that. It was Ramon Atkins on the inbounds, and it was a little high for Stevens, but you can't take anything away from Martin, who made a great play. Free throw by Ryan Beretta is good. 48-46. Excuse me, Austin Atkins with the free throw.
Yeah, I thought the foul was on.
Yeah, I thought it was too. So Austin Atkins with his first points of the night. Whew. What a sequence. 48-46, Lake Central with it. We got a full timeout here, Rich?
I believe so.
All right. Mercy me. Stay tuned after the game for the Region Hoops wrap-up. Nathan Laird and Michael Brandon are going to recap this one, as well as all the other tonight's action from Northwest Indiana. That's Region Hoops wrap-up immediately following this game. So Lake Central with the timeout, 1.1 to go. And it'll be Atkins shooting the second of a 1-and-1. And you got to think that, what are they telling? What's the strategy here? Do you miss? I mean, it's a 2-point game. You go for the miss, 1.1 seconds?
Yeah,
or do you give them the inbounds play?
I would miss, but nonetheless, either way, 1.1, it doesn't give you a whole lot of time, to come down. If you miss, you're going to waste some time, so I would miss.
Regardless, it will be a one-possession game, and Merrillville will get their second opportunity. After at one point, some people in this gym thought this game was over.
Yes.
Just a wild ending here from Lake Central High School. Has just been a phenomenal basketball game as two DAC teams who are very familiar with each other going at it here tonight. 48-46, Lake Central with the lead. And Atkins at the line for the second of two. No good off the front of the rim. And the rebound, and it's immediately after the rebound there was a timeout. The buzzer sounds.
I heard the whistle blow before.
I heard the whistle before the buzzer.
And Coach Malazic again is pleading for the game to be over.
So they're going to give Merrillville the timeout. Lake Central's coaching staff absolutely cannot believe it. And it'll be Merrillville calling the timeout, and the boys in the blue polos over here want an explanation from the official. So it's not every day you get 3 innings to a basketball game, Rich.
Getting your money's worth tonight.
We certainly are.
That was great strategy on TJ Lux's part.
He was standing right there.
He was standing right next to the referee.
Yep.
He told him,
He knew what was coming.
That's right.
So the clock shows 0.5 seconds. It'll be a full timeout, and we will take one more timeout as well. And we'll be back with the last half second right here on the Region Sports Network.
Is that the first whistle already?
We're gonna keep it right here. I'm not gonna risk getting away from this one because I think their buzzers are just going off.
When you go down, when they go to the state finals and you play in the state championship game, the referees wear a box on the side of their. So when they blow the whistle, it automatically stops the clock.
Right. Well, there's been 4 buzzers during this timeout, and I'm not sure what any of them have meant besides this one, as the teams break the huddle and come back into this one. Merrillville's going to have the ball at their baseline. It's going to have to be a home run ball to the other side of the floor. It's going to be Ramon Atkins once again with the ball for the Pirates.
It's going to be
and he's going to have to throw a touchdown and a tip-in with a half a second left. Atkins with it all the way down the floor, and it's intercepted by Diak. Game is over this time. It's official. Diak with the ball and the W, 48-46. Lake Central with a hard-fought victory here at home. Rich and I are going to come back with the post-game show, scores, analysis, and recap this one right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster, and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs. Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
Blue 82, located in St. John just across from Lake Central High School, is where big screen sports, mouth-watering food, live music, and good times are all on the same team. Featuring food prepared from scratch with top-quality ingredients, Blue 82 provides a fun and relaxed atmosphere for groups big and small. Blue 82 is open for quick lunches, outstanding dinners, and late-night snacks. To see all that Blue 82 has to offer, including their menu, the website is www.blue82.net.
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131. And online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school basketball on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide tonight on the internet at RegionSports.com. Want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. If you were here for the whole game, you caught a good one. 48-46, Lake Central with a 2-point victory in the Duneland Athletic Conference, keeping themselves alive in the race for the 2015 DAC title. What a ball game we had here, Rich.
Oh, absolutely. I'm telling you, I'm still catching my breath here, but you said it right. They keep it alive, dropping Merrillville, the 2 losses. So this is a great game for Lake Central. They needed this win to keep them in the race for the Duneland Conference.
Yeah, the third and fourth quarter were just terrific. It kind of leaves me, for a broadcaster, it's hard to say you're speechless, but it was just really excellent. It just went back and forth, and especially that last 2 minutes with the back and forth games going on.
Well, it's fine.
Why are you showing me that? You're going to point out a bunch of little kids wrestling in half court.
No, I was going to point out. But no, in my opinion, the turning point here tonight was about 4 minutes left in the game. And Merrillville had what looked like they had the game in hand.
It did.
And a couple of turnovers, and they gave the momentum back to Lake Central.
A lot of stuff going on here in the gym. The Purdue University pep band is wrapping things up. We got
kids wrestling.
Kids are wrestling at half court amongst the Purdue cheerleaders. There's all types of things going on. It's great for your radio ears tonight. Let's take a look at the scoring for both teams tonight, and then we're going to give out our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game, as well as our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game just as well. For the visitors, and the team that just fell a little bit short tonight, the Merrillville Pirates. Can't say enough about DJ Wilkins and the way he played tonight. 18 points on the night. 8 for 13 from the field. 2 for 5 from the perimeter. Just really outstanding play. Played 29 minutes and 56 seconds. Did DJ Wilkins. So just an outstanding effort. Jarrah Stevens from Merrillville pitching in 11. Zion Young with 5, as well as Cameron Wilbon. Marcel Cherry with a tray, and Ramon Atkins pitching in 4. Ramon Atkins was a pivotal piece of those 2 final inbounds plays that Merrillville had to would have given themselves a tie or a lead on both possessions. But just a wild sequence as the game, for all intents and purposes, ended 3 times in the last 5 minutes of action here, and it was a lot of fun tonight.
Yes.
Taking a look at Lake Central. Joe Bannister with 19 points on the night, led all scorers, and he was ridiculous in the first half. He had 13 points. I think he was I want to say he was 6 for 8 from the field in the first half. I mean, was just outstanding. Now he missed a couple of late free throws there that could have cost him the game, but in the locker room with the victory tonight is Bannister and his teammates. So we can forget about those free throws. Frank Diak pitching in 8, Skylar Smith with 9, Martin with 7, Ryan Beretta pitching in 2, as well as Austin Atkins, and Gage Ray made the first of a 1-and-1 with a point tonight. What were you going to say there, Rich?
No, I said you very good memory. It was pretty close. He was 6 from 9.
Well, it's not that good of a memory. I was wrong.
Yeah. I didn't remember how many shots he took.
So that wraps up the scoring for tonight. And just a great game on both ends, and certainly led by DJ Wilkins again for Merrillville, and Joe Bannister putting on 19 points. So with that, we will move on to our awards tonight, Mr. Castillo. Going to talk about our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game. That is brought to you by Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers provides quality work and safety footwear and apparel. They've been doing so since 1946. They're located a half-mile north of 8094 on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. They are a blue-collar store for the blue-collar worker, and a union card is always worth 10% off. So our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game.
The Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game is going to be Ian Martin.
Why is that?
Because his outstanding play, owning the boards, 10 rebounds, 7 points tonight. I tell you what, he came in and battled and battled and battled. That's all he did. 24 rebounds for Lake Central. He had 10 of those boards.
All right, Rich. So Ian Martin, our Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game. Moving on now to our player of the game tonight. He is our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. That's brought to you by Crowell Companies. They have offices open from 9 to 9 Monday through Friday and Saturdays until 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. And they are your insurance superheroes, and certainly proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. So our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game tonight, Rich, is
and none other than Joe Bannister.
Very good.
From the very beginning of this game, he was the spark plug that Lake Central needed. 19 points tonight, 4 rebounds, but I tell you what, it was those 19 points and that early lead that he gave Lake Central that helped them to tonight's victory.
Yeah, the Indians were in control of this ball game for the first half. They went into the locker room at halftime with a 24-21 lead. And they were outscored in the third quarter 14-11, and then came away with 13-11 advantage in the fourth, and that was the difference maker in the game as they walk away from this one tonight with a 2-point victory, 48-46. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on the internet at regionsports.com is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the MVP of MPGs, the Crowell Companies, your insurance superheroes. Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946. McShane's Business Products and Solutions since 1921. The Lake County agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, driving the American dream. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, design, and signs. Blue 82 in St. John. Food, friends, and fun. Morris Baseball and Softball Center, providing elite instruction. Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, putting the numbers to work. The Concussion Clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart. Jack's Warehouse, great entertainment for the whole family. Triple Crown Baseball and Softball Academy, where the All-Stars train. Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football, Northwest Indiana's largest youth football league. Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point, great prices, no begging. Stevens Law Firm, not just concentrated on family law, concentrated on you. The Clubhouse in St. John, live music and great food. Sport Cuts Barbershop in Cherville, where walk-ins are welcome, and by the Town Club Restaurant with steak and seafood for 65 years. The executive producer of sports here on regionsports.com is Chris Ramirez. Our chief engineer is Mike Benaventura, and our coordinating producer is Nathan Laird. I'd like to give a special thank you to the athletic director here at Lake Central High School. That's Tony Bartolomeo. All of our listeners at regionsports.com, we want to send a special thank you to you for joining us tonight on regionsports.com and every Friday and Saturday night where we bring you high school basketball right here on regionsports.com. For my partner, Rich Castillo, my name is Brandon Alexander. We were happy to bring you this one tonight. It certainly was fun. It was a great game. Lake Central with a 48-46 victory over Merrillville tonight. giving them both 2 losses in the Duneland Athletic Conference and keeping the Indians in the hunt for the DAC title. Once again, for Rich, I'm Brandon. Drive safely, everyone. Good night.
Regionsports.com.